Hi friends, welcome to our live session. This time we are planned to learn about Python basics and we'll also learn variables. So we'll start with the variables because that is the one of the most important thing to start with in Python. So before we move, we'll understand a little bit. We'll not spend more time. Little bit about the who has started it, why the name Python has come, and what are the platforms you can use to generate it. So time still 3 minutes is there, so still we'll just discuss about Python. So it's a easy language, it's a high level language, but easy if you have already aware of C language or any other language, you can easily pick up Python. It's not a complex thing. We'll also see what are the areas Python you can use. In fact, there is a vast areas where Python can be used. So few things we'll discuss, the important things. Still there will be many areas, other areas you can use it, and day by day the uses are also increasing. And moreover, Python is such a easy language to understand, and if you are come from say from C or any other complex background, so compared to C or PHP, Python is much easier to understand, or compared to any other, it's very highly user friendly, easily you can pick up. But more or less, I can say that all languages offer the similar syntax or understanding must be. It is a concept is remain same, and once you are good at one language, you can easily pick up the other languages. So it is not that you know C, so you can't learn Python, or if you know Python, you can't understand PHP. It's just the syntax changes. It is the concept which is more important than the actual language. So you can anyway change the syntax and achieve what the logic is required. So that is the idea here. We'll start exactly at 7 and then we'll continue. So today we'll understand, mostly we'll focus on the variables. So variables are the keys to learn, and definitely every language has its own set of rules to create the variables and how to use them. So it is like when you are driving a car, you must know the rules of the roads and all. Similarly, the variables has a set of rules. Let's start with the basic first thing, what is the why the name Python has come and who started it. Then we'll move to our Colab platform, but note that you can use it in your platform, so not necessarily that what we are using in Colab, but why I am using Colab is it is better because it's I can share it the files easily, I can write the comment. We'll see what are the advantages. So it's 7, so let's start with, once again, welcome to Python. So let us just start with our Python welcome screen. You can see here, yeah, this is where your Python, so we are just starting with the introduction, what is Python and all. We'll not spend more time in this and we'll come back again here because the concepts when you discuss will come to the slides. So first let's go there, here it is, Python. Now in the next, why this, who has started this? Here is the person name and the year and how you pronounce it, Creative One Resume, and in 1980. Why the name Python has come? It is not that it's a animal or whatever it is. It is he was a fan of a circus, so the name that Python, the name of the circus was the Monty Python Flying Circus. So they gave the name Python. So the name was started because of that. Now think on that. Why we are using Python? Let's just come to the next slide where it is important that what a Python can do, what we can achieve by doing this, and everything we will understand about this. So let's first say handling data. Is it? Yes. Python is I can say it that it is the first choice when it comes to handling data. So let's say pandas, numpy, all these are quite popular in this Python libraries you will be using. Now a graph I want to plot it. So plotting a graph mean matplotlib, and There are many other important libraries which will help us in plotting the graphs. Graphs will take it from the data and create a dashboard. All those things we can use easily by help of Python. Now the desktop applications, you may be familiar with Kinter. Say you want a graphic user interface where your users will interact with your program and all. You don't want them to enter into your code and start setting the variables. So instead of that, you will give a interface where they will be entering, but it's a desktop application. There you will be using Kinter and PyQt. Many other things are there. Kinter is quite popular, and we have a lot of applications already developed and videos are already available. So the mobile applications also you can develop it, and the web development, once you commit, it is the Django, Flask. These libraries are quite popular and they can be used. Web scraping is another library. There is the way you can take the data by running it. You can pull the data from different locations and a particular location of a web page or a website and get the data. Now for that, the famous library is Beautiful Soup. So that can be used. We'll just have an introduction. And the graphics, when you say it is Python, is not meant to replace the Photoshop or any other graphics, but a bulk of graphical work also. For that, the Pillow or Python image library can be used. So a bulk of data we can say all images of in a directory we want to do we want to go for a watermarking. So we can write a program and it will do that. Then file system handling comes with say directory listing, copying, many file activities we can handle using Python. Then machine learning and artificial intelligence, this is Python is the key now, it takes up the data. Then game development area also we can see. Now let's start from our basic Colab platform. So we'll start with the Colab. Let me just give you a little introduction also to Colab. So previous session we have declared this, we have discussed also what is the Colab and why we are using. This is a Google Cloud platform. So it is available for you to, you just need a Gmail ID or a Google ID to work on the Colab platform. Now let me just change it to Colab platform. Fine, here it is. We are in our Colab platform now, and you can see that two files I have opened, and this, note that this entire source code you can download it. For that, I will just give you a little introduction. This link is available in your description. This page you go, scroll down, you will have the links here and all the descriptions about what we are discussing, these variables. You see the URL, it is about variables, all are there. Or you can directly come to here, click this is the GitHub page, and in the GitHub page, let me just questions only or questions and solution. Let me just run this. I am going to GitHub page now, and in the GitHub page, let it open. You can download it also as a .py file or a Jupyter thing. Here is the open in Colab. Once you click this, the entire thing, this is a Jupyter notebook. You can download it, file and download. So let's go to the top, open in Colab. By this time, it is better you should be logged into your Google account. So once you click that, you will be taken to your Colab account and this file will open. The best thing is, because it's other sources, so first save a copy there, and then you start working on this. So this is the entire file will be available in your Google Cloud or your Colab platform. Then you can run. Just to give you an introduction, it has a two basic, one text, these are all text written, and this is the cell where it will be executing it. The whatever written as a text, see here, this is a text, so this we can't execute under Python, and here all this particular cell have a button to run this. So I will just, what happened, there are two files are there. What it is, this is having the, here you just see, take it as a text and this is the solution, or read this as a question and this is the answer. So here what we did is we have removed all the answers and only the text part or the question part is there. So we can use this to get the, we'll add the code to this and run it and see the output of by running the Python. And this Colab platform is a Python based and it is available. So now let's just first start it. what is okay, let's start here. The text is there. I want to just add a code. Let me put a code cell. Okay, now my code is cell is ready. Let me move it up and I will just type it here, Python dash dash version. So now let me run this. Now initially you just see the right side of it. Okay, my image will be there. Now it will allot the certain CPU and the processing power to this. So initially it will take time. Now you see Python 3.10.12. This is the Python version running in our Colab platform. Don't think that this is same as you must use that one. We are working on a very basic Python script, so any version will work this way. So you can see, and the beauty of this cloud platform is you need not upgrade. Automatically the things get upgraded and all the libraries. So you need not install anything in your system. So that is the advantage of Python. I can close this output also. Now, hello world, that is how we start. This is the question as we discussed. So print hello world. Now I am just adding a, here it is, I am adding a code block. So I will say print hello world. Now let me click this, run. Hello world, this is printed. So this is the code block I have executed. Now this entire this page, as you can download it, there are both are there, V1 and V2. You can see these are all with the questions. Now anyway we are adding the solution to it also. For your practice you can just remove the solutions and try it, or come back to when you want the solutions to there. So what is a variable? Now let me just start with the basic one. What's the variable? Variable, think variable as a container. Say we have containers where we store some, say, products. Let's say I am storing milk, so I will have a bottle for that. I have a vegetable, I will have a basket for that. So depending on the what I am going to store, I have a different types of container. So I will not store milk in a basket. So similarly, think variable as a container. The content, what information or the what product it has, I can replace it. Today I am storing vegetables, I can tomorrow I can store something, bread or biscuits or anything else, I can store it. Similarly, in a bottle I am storing milk, so tomorrow I can change it to petrol or anything else also. But here one thing, I need not specify beforehand what the container, it should be a bottle or it should be a basket. I need not specify. Based on the product, it takes its own. And not only that, if I am declared a variable as a, say it's a string variable, I can also subsequently I can put it a integer into it also. We'll see all those. So use two variables to store integers and then print the sum of them. Fine, that's great. We'll start that code. I am storing here, say A1. First I am giving, say, 3. Now I can give A2 or B2, whatever it is. Let me give B. Okay, A2 I am giving. A2 is 5. Now let me print this sum of these two. So print A1 plus A2. What should be the output? 8. Okay, nothing great in that. 3 plus 5, 8. Fine. Now let me just give one more code block. Now this time let me just copy this, paste it here. Now what I am going to do is putting a quotes here. Now I am saying these are no more integers, these are strings. Fine. So this is not an integer, this is a string. So once I am adding these two, what I am expected the output? Just let's see. It is 35, 3, 5, but 3 plus 5 is not 35. So it is just a string addition, A1 plus A2, because I have declared it as a string. Now I can also now assign one integer to this and print the type. Okay, fine. Let's go for one more. Below this I will see. Let me just close this outputs. So I'll have, okay, code. Now assign one to, okay, I'm just saying ID equal to 45. Now print type ID. What I am going to get it? Okay, it says that this is an integer. This is like asking what is the container, what is the type of container. I am not asking what is the data stored in it. I am just asking, just tell me it's a bottle or a basket or what it is. I am not telling what is, how many liter of milk you have in the bottle. I am not asking. I am just simply telling what it is. So it tells that its ID is a integer, or it's a simple, I can say it's a string also. So let's just see that. Now what I am doing, let me just again id equal to, let's say, abc. See, initially it was an integer, now I am storing it as string. So now it automatically adjusts itself and takes it. But if you have seen the C language and all, there it is not. Initially we have to tell the what type of variable it is, and we have to stick to that. We can't store a string inside an integer variable. Now let me, okay, fine. Let me come back here, print type id. Now what do you expect the output here? Let's see. Now both the lines will give me the outputs. So you see, first the line 2 has given me an integer. Now the line 4 has given me a string, because in between I have changed this. Fine. So let's just remove this. Assign one onto one string, one more integer variable, start with underscore, and one more string variable. Print all in one line. Fine. Now let me just come back to the top ones. Here a list is there. This list, we are saying that these are the rules for declaring a variable. It is like when I am driving a car, I must follow the rules of the whatever I have on the road. So similarly, I just can't create a variable on my fancy and whiz. These are the language specific. So Python tells me that these are the rules you have to follow. Say if you are using PHP or some other language, it will have its own set of rules to create a variables. So that is why these rules are there. Basically you can adjust. We will see all those rules will apply. If you violate the rule, what are the error messages, that also we'll see. But mostly you just understand that it can a variable, there is no length restriction, and but it is case sensitive, and it must start with a character or a underscore, but it can't start with a number. Inside the variable I can put characters, uppercase or lowercase, and use the underscore. So that is what is the, and certain things like reserved words cannot be used. We'll see that. Then must assign before using, it's obvious thing. Can contain number, underscore or cars. Can't start with a number. So let us just scroll down a bit. We have already here. Assign one integer variable, one string, one more integer variable with starting with underscore, and more string variable. Print all in one line. Okay, let's start. Integer variable. So I am saying, say a1 equal to, or let me just put it something, my mark. How much mark I got? Say 10. Okay. Then one string variable, my name. Fine. Okay, one more integer variable, but I will start with the underscore. Say I will say my age is say 55. Now I will now and one more string variable. Okay, let's go. My age, then my address. Let me, I am giving A, B, C, D. Fine. Now I will print them in one line. So let me just print. Now what I will say, let me first put my name, comma, my mark. Now then is, then address. So 4 variables I can use like that also. I can print it. Let's run this and see if that is okay. Fine. This has printed me name, then my mark, then is, then the address. So this is how I can get the output. Fine. Let's take 2 numbers as input and print the sum of them. Wow. Okay. Not a big thing. We'll take that. Add a code block here. Say a1 equal to input. I am asking the thing. Enter first number. Fine. Now what will happen once I write this, and let me run this one. will give me 4. Suppose I think I am pressing enter. Fine. So this gives me that. So this is the input command asked for the user input. So I can enter it, and whatever I enter, it will store it as A1. Now let me just one more. I will take it A2. So input again. Second number. What's the second number I am taking here? So that will be stored as A2. Fine. Now print A1 plus A2. Fine. So what we expect is take two numbers and add it up. Exactly. But it is not that way. Let's see that what happens. So it asks me enter the first number. Say I am entering 3. Press enter. Fine. Enter the second number. 5. What I am expecting, 3 plus 5, 8. But not that. What's this? It is showing 35. Why it is 35? Because all inputs by default are string. So it is a simple string addition. That is what our next one is. So here take input and it should print some of them. By default all inputs are, it is string. So if I am entering 3 and 5, it will give 35. If I am entering 5 and 6, it will give me 56. But why I want to add those two? Somehow this is what it is. This says by default this is string. Now the next one. What I will do, I will just go here, take this again, paste it here. What I am going to do is enter the here. What I will say int. Int means integer. I am converting A1 as integer. Then again int, A2 to integer. Then printing. Now this time whatever I enter, while printing the output, it will say again 3, then again 5. Now what is the output? It is 8. What it? Because now it is converted to integer. Otherwise, I can give the here also I can use it. Int. Let's see what it is doing. Okay, 3, then 5. It is giving 8 because then this at this stage int is not required. So this will take care of it. Now let's run this again. 3, second time 5, and I am getting the output as 8. So this is how I must convert it to integer, then do it. But can I do one as an integer and the second one as a string? It will generate me an error. Okay, so let's just see what it will happen. Here what I am going to do is I will not use the integer here. Let it be simple, whatever input. And here I am doing a integer here. Now what happened? This A1 remains as a string and this became an integer for me. Now once can I add a integer to a string? No, it won't. It is not allowed. So I must convert it into a same type. What you have seen here, type here. So it must be of same type. Then type means it must be a same container, same type of container. Otherwise, let's see what error message it gives us. 3, then let me say 5, and let's see. Yeah, the type error. This can only concatenate string and not integer to string. So that is what the error message clearly says, that you cannot do that. And similarly here I am trying a string of the integer. Similarly I can integer a string, 2 strings, fine, I can do that. So that is the reason why it is. Okay, variables are case sensitive. Take one variable and assign one string, then print the value with one char in uppercase. Fine, let's see. My name. Sorry. I am a bit slow, so you can easily understand it. Okay, fine. This is my name. I am printing it. While printing, I am giving my name. See the difference. See the difference. Here the variable I declared it as lowercase m, but here I am printing it as uppercase m. Are they same? No. So this variable is not available. If I run it, I will get an error message. So saying that my name is not defined because it doesn't understand. So it is a case sensitive issue. Fine. Okay. So what is the problem here? This is the variable I am thinking. Let's see, understand what it is, why there is a issue. So I am giving a def equal to say 58. Fine, print DEF. What is the mistake here? I have just declared a variable, I have followed all the rules. The rule says me it has to start with a character or lowercase or uppercase or underscore. Fine, I have done that, started with D. Then what is the error? Why it is showing? If I run it also, it will generate error for me. Now what the problem is, DEF, def is a reserved word for Python. It has a set of reserved words. We'll see that. We can even list out what are the reserved words in Python. Say if, then this is def, like that many around, I'm correct, around 40-50 reserved words are there. So else, ELSE, else this is a reserved word, INT, because just now we have used INT, so these are all the reserved words are there, reserved words and internal functions are there, which you cannot use it as a name as a variable. So that is the reason invalid syntax it has come. As a string character and variable name, add two variables. Fine, this we can do because underscore, as we have discussed, we have already know that. Say a equal to 5. Okay, let me put a integer here, so you can say this is now underscore b23 is equal to 8. Now I can just print, I must use the same one, a1 plus underscore b23. Now let's run this and see. 13. So underscores are allowed. Okay, there are little. Now slowly we are moving a bit towards the practical use of variables. So hope you can swap the values of variable x and y without using a temporary variable. Usually what we do, let me just check it. X is equal to say 5. Y equal to 10. You just print the value of x and y, but the value should be swapped. So y should be 5 and x should be 10. Now if I'll print like that, like this, print x, y, what will happen? It will print 5 and 10. Nothing great in that, fine, it has come up. But I want to swap this. So usually what I do, I will print another thing, because if I will say y equal to x, then y value is lost. How I will transfer x value, y value to 10 to 5? So that is the problem. Y equal to x, if I'll write, fine, y will take the value of 5. But then when I want to write x equal to y, that time both the values will be 10. Now let's run this and see once. You can see both are 5, 5 it has taken, because y equal to x means y became 5. Now then x equal to y, the new value of y is 5. So this is not the way, temporary thing. Oh, sorry, this way I cannot do. So what is the way is z you have to use. Z equal to x. Now z equal to x value, x you take the y value, then y equal to z. Here I am using a temporary variable, so I am printing it. Now you can see 10 and 5, whereas x initially was 5, 10, now it is 10 and 5. But I am not permitted to use a temporary variable. So what I am going to do, let me just comment these lines. Comment has here, so once I am commenting, this line is not executed. Fine. Now let me come here, x equal to 5, y equal to 10. Now what I am going to do, x comma y equal to y comma x. That's all. This line number 6 swaps this two. Now let me just run this. See, it is x is now 10, y is 5. I have not used any temporary variable for this. Can you start the variable with a number? Yeah, definitely. No, we cannot start with a number. Check with an example. Let's just check this. Say 4a equal to 22. Now here is a variable. Now I am printing it. This will generate me a error. So fine, because I can't start a variable with a number. Okay, assigning multiple variables, same value, same time, print one value. Okay, this also will do it. This is the advantage of Colab. I can write a easily simple, how I have written this is just double click this, you can edit this also. Suppose assign, I am just making it. This is a text block. Once I click it outside, this value, this is stored. So this is a better way when when you are sending it with our comments or like this is a better way of doing it. So assigning multiple variables, so what I am going to do, same value, so A equal to B equal to C equal to D equal to, let me say 45, fine, print D, 45. So all the A, B, C, D got 45 value. I can print any other value. Different values same time. Now this is the one, what is the different values. So A, comma B, comma C, D equal to, let's say 5, comma 10, comma 4, comma 8. Got it? So sequentially A will get the value of 5, B will get 10, like that it will be. So now what is print the sum of 2? So let's say print C plus D. Let's see. Okay, C 8 plus 4, because C, D took the value of 4 and 8. Now print without line break. Now okay, let me just write 3 string variables. So A equal to, let me say welcome, B variable 2, C equal to, let me say, okay, now these 3 variables I will print. Print A, then I am saying B, print A, now I am saying print B, print C. What will happen? Let me just run this. Okay, welcome to plus 2net, because I have given a space here, so it is slightly aligned in the other way. Okay, but now my requirement is without a line break. Now what it should come in one line. The reason here is there is attribute end. End is by default it takes the value of line break. So automatically the line break is added. I don't want that to be. Let me just see that. End is. Now what happened after printing A, there will not be a line break, but after printing B there will be a. So let's just see what happens is. So see, welcome to, this line break I have removed. Now what happened here also, I want to don't give any line break after printing B. After printing 2 it has given a line break. So I am just 2 quotes, means I am overriding the default value of a line break with a blank. Here is this is just 2 quotes. So now this will come in one line. Welcome to plus 2net. So this is when I am printing, I don't want a line break. This is the one. So add end as option to print command. Fine. Now okay, delete a variable and then print. What will happen? Can you delete a, once you have declared a variable, can you delete it? Let's just see that. So A equal to 5, now DELA, now print A. What will happen now? Let's see. Okay, it is non-defined because this line we have deleted. DEL is a reserved word, it has deleted. You can't assign a variable here. Now let me comment this line. Comment means this line will not be executed. So let's run this. Fine, now it has printed 5. Okay, now the last one for the today's. Okay, it's already 7:30. So my target was for 15 to 20 minutes only. So you can practice it. Next session will further move it. But one thing I will show you, use the variable of a different file and use them. Probably we'll see if you can start today, or before we close today's session, I will say you how you will download it. Now once you open this one, suppose you want in your Visual Studio Code the file to open. So file, now all the options are there, save everything, and here is a download. Download as a IPYNB, it's a JupyterNet file, you want that way, or .py file. I am just downloading the .py file. Let me just see. Okay, I will download it to my, I have my pen drive, sorry, here I am now, my testing inside this name is there, so I am just .py extension, I am saving it here. Fine. Now what I will do, I am just going to my Visual Studio Code. Hope you can see this. I am in my Visual Studio Code now. So here I can open that particular file what I have downloaded it. Open file, testing, okay, here it is. Yeah, all those comments whatever I have written here, these are by default they are commented, and text part, and then the execution part is there. So you can see this I have come, but what I have to do, you have many errors. So this you just see used whatever the text part was there, it has put 3 quotes, means this line is commented also, everything else is there. So A1, A3, whatever. Now next line, next you can see this code, now assign one integer to this, and whatever the text was there, that particular, let me just come back here. This is the actual code, I can run this and see, but what will happen, there are this here, the difference is it will run the entire file at one go. So there are many errors we have intentionally created, those things will stop the execution. So that is, here it is, here I must comment these lines and then I can run also in my video. So this line also I must comment these lines, because otherwise this will generate the error for me. Here you see all the text whatever we have written, they are there. So print, swap the number, everything. Okay, what I am going to do is I will just delete beyond everything below this line. Fine, earlier some comments were there, I am removing everything. Okay, now I can, let's see, we'll run up in our same, it is the same script. So let's see what are the outputs I am getting. Fine, it is that hello world, then the sum of it is 8, then 35, then whatever the variables is an integer, everything, it now the same code we are running in our Visual Studio Code. So let's come back to our browser. Fine, we are here now, back again to our browser. So what is that is use the variable to, okay, this part I will leave it here. Up to this point you plan it, next you will see how you will take it, then packing, unpacking a variable, and all the stuff where we are, how you will, suppose you have a big application. Now what happens, every 10 different files are there, you have a variable from one particular file, you want a variable to be used in your third file, how you will manage that. So those sort of things we will see by take a variable from a different file and use it in another file. So those things we will also practice it, and there are few more things. Hope you, the way I have shown you that you can download the code, and this formatting we'll see in the next session how the formatting it is, and at the end you have some questions. In fact, these questions are there also, I can show it to you in the site also. For your practice, go here, scroll down, as I have shown you, you can download the source code, and here are the questions. What is a variable in Python, how it, these are simple questions, whatever already we have discussed, that is there. Declare, initialize, what type of rules of the naming, how do you assign a new value to an existing variable. So all these questions, and you can practice all the questions. And if you are facing any doubt or have any question or any idea, or you can tell me either I am speaking very fast or I am too slow, or this is complex little bit, or you are confused, anything you want, just put it in the comment section below. That will help me to refine this thing. And I am trying to be as slow as possible and as simple as possible, so you can all understand it and practice in your system. So though I say use Colab, but you can use your Visual Studio Code, PyCharm, Atom, any other editor or IDE you can use it to run Python. That we have already discussed. So my request is, once again, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified once we post our tutorials, and we are frequently posting it also. We have around 600-700 tutorials are already there. So please share this with your friends, and the next session, whether it will be tomorrow or within a gap, I will just notify you. I'll put it in the message board, and if you are subscribed, you will definitely get a message. That is what is my request. Hope you have enjoyed this session, and we'll stop it now. Thank you for watching.